When you or a loved one is ready to leave the hospital and some rehabilitation is needed, Medicare generally should cover the cost to get you back on your feet. But more and more, we're hearing about wrongful denials of coverage. Here to explain this dangerous new trend is my partner, Mike Solomon.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I wasn't sure who you were. Okay. So tell me what's going on these days.
Well, let me give you a real life example of what happened. A client came into our office. His mother had had a stroke, and she was doing fine. She was recovering. She had to go to a nursing home facility to rehabilitate. And before she was fully recovered, the Medicare Advantage insurer gave them a letter and said, she has to, her coverage stops. So her choice is to leave the nursing home or pay $400 a day to stay in the nursing home for further rehabilitation. The family couldn't afford that.
Well, what did they do?
Well, the son filed an appeal. And after hours and hours of working on that, weeks and weeks of worrying about it, he eventually won the appeal and his coverage was granted. So they paid the old coverage.
Well, that sounds good.
Well, it was, but shortly after he got the letter approving the past coverage, they denied the mom's coverage going forward again. And what he's worried about, he's going to start the whole process again, but he's worried that they're just going to keep doing this over and over until he finally gives up.
What do you do in a case like that?
Well, one thing, if you get a denial, file an appeal. Many times the appeals, you're granted, they change their mind and grant you coverage. Now, if it happens over and over again, if they start fooling around with you and just constantly rejecting you, then you might have to take other steps.
Okay, but fight it and you might win. All right. Has the problem gotten worse over time?
It has. In the older days, the Medicare also just made mistakes and had wrongful denials. But now it's taken over by private industry. They're more focused on the bottom line to save money, increase profits. So there are more wrongful discharges happening all the time.
Okay, so they're really watching the dollars and trying to not. If you don't fight, you'll lose.
Right. So make sure you defend your rights, and if you have to, you may have to hire an attorney to help you out.
Okay, well, those are good tips for us today here. So, dealing with Medicare and insurance is never easy. But don't just take no for an answer if you think you're being treated unfairly. My thanks to Mike, I think his name is, for his insightful advice.
Okay, good.
Call Budish, Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.budishandsolomon.com. Would you like to join our kitchen conversation? All you have to do is call toll-free 1-877-765-1543 and leave us your question, name, and phone number. Or log on to www.golden.tv for all the latest information and show updates.